This is John with BranchOutGuitar.com. Today we're going to finally tackle the classic guitarist Jimi Hendrix with his first #1 hit, Purple Haze. I can tell you a little story about how much this song meant to me. I remember playing Purple Haze in the 8th grade talent show. I had a wireless unit. I ran down the aisle of this theater, jumped on stage, and I played this guitar solo behind my head. I did all that. That actually happened. I'm not going to do that today, but nonetheless, that did happen, so you can think about that later. We're going to start off with the intro, which is pretty much plugging away. It starts off with the tritone interval, which the guitar is playing a note B flat here at the 6th fret on the 6th string, and then the bass is playing this note, the E, here at the 7th fret of the 5th string. But for the guitar players, you're just going to play B flat and then use your octave shape here and play the 8th fret on the 4th string. With the bass, you get this kind of sound. Kind of spooky, but it sounds a little bit better with the bass and the guitar, not just all on the guitar. Anyway, so you have that intro there. And then the guitar intro that launched a million guitarists, you're going to slide up here to the 9th fret on the 4th string. Basically playing a G major triad here. And then 7th fret on the 3rd string, 8th fret on the 2nd string, ending on the A, 7th fret of the 4th string. And then slide down the same string, 5th fret, pull off to the open string, and then the open 6th string, and then slide up to the 7th fret on the 5th string. So again, all that again, all over again. Repeat that. And then you have slide into the 7th fret here. And then the 5th fret on the 4th string, 7th fret, and then bend up, a full step there, or excuse me, half step, and then ending on the 5th fret here of the 4th string. And then same note starting for the next part of the phrase, 5th fret, open 5th and 6th strings, and then ending on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. So. And then kind of the same phrase again, sliding into the 7th fret of the 5th string, but ending a little bit different. You're starting off 7th fret, 5th fret of 4th string, and then bend up here on the 7th fret, and then slide into the 7th fret without bending. And then 5th fret, 4th string, open 4th string, and then finishing off the intro here, sliding into the 9th fret, the 4th string, 7th fret on the 3rd string, and then twice on the 9th fret, 3rd string. That whole intro, you get this. I think I told you wrong there before. It's twice here on the 7th fret, and then on to the 9th fret. And then we launch into what is now commonly referred to as the Hendrix chord. It's really a jazz chord, but that he kind of borrowed and put it into rock and roll has never been the same ever since. You're going to play the 6th string open twice, and then you're going to play this funky, it's called E7 sharp 9, or the Hendrix chord, if you will. Your middle finger's here at the 7th fret on the 5th string, first finger on the 6th fret of the 4th string, your ring finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string, and then your pinky on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. So you get that bass thing, and then the whole chord. And then you're going down to a G major chord. Same thing where you're playing the bass twice. And you're pretty much just repeating that all the way through. Now, one other thing I'll mention here about Hendrix, had pretty large hands. Now, you don't have to have large hands to do this, but it does help. Instead of playing a major bar chord like we all know, where we bar here across all 6 strings with our index finger, what he would do is, to say if you're playing a G major bar chord, he would play the note on the 6th string with his thumb, and then basically omit the note on the 5th string, and then have your regular F chord here on the top 4 strings. That allowed him to, he doesn't necessarily do it so much here in this song, but he would play those bar chords a lot that way, because it gave him a couple other melodic possibilities when he's playing chords rather than doing this. When you play a major bar chord this way, your hand gets locked into that shape. And that's good to know, but the Hendrix style, he's definitely going to use his thumb over here on the 6th string, omit the 5th string, and then have other things to. So playing the progression that way with this finger, you get. So you play that twice as an intro, and then each verse is that whole chord progression like we just did 3 times. So I'll play it all the way through, and then there's a break, and then you're going to have this octave section that kind of goes in between each verse. Here's the break. And then you're going to do an octave here. You start here with an E octave at the 7th fret of the 5th string, and then the 9th fret of the 3rd string, and you're going to slide up a whole step to F sharp with a grace note. So F sharp, back down to E, and then to D, and then the first 3 notes of the guitar intro twice. So you have. And that's that middle section in between each verse. So the break. And then it launches right back into the second verse. Same thing, break, blah, 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 to the end of time. And then now this interlude section that happens before that builds up right before the guitar solo. You're going to have sliding up to the 11th fret on the 4th string, and then the 9th fret on the 3rd string, and then bend up a whole step from the 12th fret on the 2nd string to the note C sharp. So that's the first part. And then slide up to the 14th fret on the 4th string, the 12th fret on the 3rd string, and then the 15th fret on the 1st string. And then you have this bend where you're bending up a whole step on from the 14th fret on the 3rd string, and then holding the bend while playing the 15th fret here on the 2nd string. Super common Hendrix blues type thing. And that's launching into the guitar solo. So. And then the guitar solo is cool. It has this Octavia effect, never been done before, designed by a guy named Roger Mayer. Hendrix was well known to be super psychedelic, kept hearing this sound, so Roger Mayer kept giving all these freaky pedals. So the Octavia sound is basically the sound of the guitar that you're hearing, but an octave higher, so it gets this real kind of weird, piercing, kind of staccato sound. But I don't have that today, but just imagine. But the solo starts here at the 16th fret on the 3rd string, and Hendrix is really famous for playing a lot of stuff kind of on one string with a lot of hammer-ons and pull-offs and slurs and things like that. So you have 16th fret, and then a couple of grace notes hammering onto the 18th fret from that 16th fret real quick. And then slide down from the 16th to the 14th fret. And then hammer on from the 14th to the 16th fret. Slide down the 14th to the 13th. And then hammer on from the 13th to the 14th. So that whole part is. And then bend up a whole step from the 14th fret, and then the 14th fret on the 1st string. So. And then you're going to start here kind of getting back into regular E minor pentatonic mode here at the 12th fret. So you start here on E, 14th fret on the 3rd string, and then that's the 12th, 14th, 12th fret, back down to the 4th string, and then finishing at the 12th fret on the 3rd string. And then again, you're going to hammer on and pull off here from the 12th to the 14th fret. So you have hammer on, pull off, 11th fret, and then the 14th fret on the 4th string, and the 12th fret on the 12th fret on the 4th string. Then kind of getting this E Dorian vibe here. You have so 12th fret, 14th fret, 12th, 11th, 12th, all on the 4th string. So. Again, kind of staying with that Dorian thing, you slide up to the 16th fret on the 5th string, 14th fret on the 4th string, 16th fret on the 4th string. Then the same hammer on pull off thing that you did here, but now on the 14th to the 16th fret. It's all on the 4th string, so hammer on pull off, 12th, 14th, slide into the 16th fret, end on the 12th fret. And then back and forth between the 16th and 12th fret on that string. Then you do this rake here, you're going to bar across the 12th fret with your index finger. 12th fret, 4th string, 14th fret, 4th string. And then finishing off the solo here with 11th fret, 12th fret, 3rd string. And then 14th fret on the 1st string. And then same hammer on pull off thing. You kind of see the pattern here. So he finishes the solo kind of how he finished the interlude here going into it. So that last phrase is 11th, 12th on the 3rd string, 14th fret, and then hammer on, pull off 12th and 14th fret, 15th fret 2nd string, 12th fret 1st string, hammer on, pull off 14th, 15th fret 2nd string, almost done, slide into the 14th fret, hammer on, pull off 12th, 14th fret 2nd string, and then finishing off with a bend and then hold the note underneath. So that is the solo for Purple Haze. And so what happens there is you're going to go right back into the guitar intro. And then from there, you finish with one more verse. Same thing we did before. And then the same octave shape, kind of going in between the verses. Then it starts off with the same chords. Kind of that vibe again, and then just finishing off where you're just playing. So E power chord, F sharp, D, and pretty much just ride this out until it fades. Anyway, thanks so much for checking out this video for Purple Haze, and thanks so much for your support and checking out this video, and we'll see you next time.